There is a certain dignity to a well-made piece of wooden furniture. It speaks of patience, of strength, of a connection to the natural world. Now, imagine that piece of furniture, a sturdy picnic table crafted from the honest grain of white oak, sitting under the vast desert sky at a place like Coachella. It's more than just a place to set down your overpriced lemonade. It becomes a statement. Its clean, modern lines and the pale, distinguished color of the oak offer a touch of simple luxury amidst the vibrant chaos of a music festival. This isn't your grandfather's splintery backyard table. This is an intentional piece of design, built to elevate an experience from merely existing outdoors to truly celebrating in it. The appeal of this style is not complicated. It's about bringing the warmth and authenticity of real wood into a high-end, contemporary setting. People are drawn to things that are genuine. A solid white oak table feels substantial under your elbows. It has a presence. Unlike plastic or metal, it has character that deepens with time, assuming you treat it right. This is why you see this look taking hold at luxury outdoor events, wineries, and upscale patios. It promises durability without sacrificing an ounce of style, creating a gathering spot that is both inviting and incredibly chic. It tells your guests that you care about the details, right down to the surface they're resting their elbows on. However, building such a handsome table is only half the battle. The real challenge, the true test of a woodworker's mettle, is protecting it. An outdoor festival is a battlefield for furniture. The sun is a relentless enemy, beating down with ultraviolet rays that seek to bleach, dry out, and destroy the wood fibers from the inside out. Then come the spills. From acidic citrus drinks and sugary sodas to the inevitable water rings from condensation, your beautiful tabletop is under constant assault. Standard indoor finishes will wave a white flag of surrender in a matter of days, leaving the wood vulnerable to warping, discoloration, and decay. This is where the real work begins. To build something that not only looks good on day one, but continues to look good after a season of hard use requires a deep understanding of wood, weather, and chemistry. We need a finish that can stand up to the sun's assault and repel liquids as if the wood were forged by Neptune himself. The goal is to create an invisible shield, a barrier that preserves the natural beauty of the white oak while enduring the rigors of 1,000 celebratory moments. It's a noble pursuit, and one that separates the hobbyist from the true craftsperson. The table must be as tough as it is beautiful. In our quest for the ultimate outdoor finish, we've brought 4 champions into the workshop. In one corner, we have 3 different high-end polyurethane formulas. These are modern marvels of chemical engineering, each promising a tough, plastic-like film that hardens on the wood's surface. They work by creating a synthetic barrier, a clear coat of armor that physically blocks moisture and resists scratches. Think of it as laminating the wood in a thin, transparent shell. The key to their outdoor survival, however, lies in a special ingredient, UV inhibitors. These are microscopic compounds that act like sunscreen for the wood, absorbing or deflecting the harmful ultraviolet rays that cause wood to turn gray and brittle. In the other corner stands a time-tested Warrior Marine spar varnish. This is the old guard, a finish with a legacy of protecting wooden boats from the harshest conditions imaginable: saltwater, endless sun, and constant moisture. Its chemistry is a bit different. Spar varnish is typically oil-based and formulated to be more flexible than polyurethane. This elasticity allows it to expand and contract with the wood as temperatures and humidity levels change, which is critical for preventing cracking and peeling. Like the polys, a good marine varnish is loaded with UV absorbers, but its fundamental flexibility gives it a different kind of resilience, one born from centuries of maritime tradition. Applying these finishes requires a steady hand and a bit of patience. For the polyurethanes, the key is thin, even coats. I like to use a high-quality brush, laying the finish on and then gently tipping it off with the bristles to smooth out any bubbles or imperfections. It's a precise process. You must let each coat dry completely and then lightly sand it before applying the next. This creates a strong mechanical bond between the layers. The spar varnish is a bit more forgiving. It tends to flow and level itself out nicely, but it also requires multiple thin coats with sanding in between to build up a sufficient protective layer against the elements. The choice of wood, white oak, presents its own unique challenge. White oak is known for its large, open pores, which are part of its distinct grain pattern. These pores are like tiny straws running through the wood. If you don't seal them properly, they will drink up moisture, leading to swelling, dark stains, and eventual rot from within. This is why surface preparation is paramount. You must ensure the first coat of your chosen finish, the sealing coat, penetrates deep into these pores and plugs them up completely. Failing to do so is like building a ship with a hole in its hull. It might look fine at the dock, but it's destined to sink. A finish can make all the promises it wants on the can, but the truth is revealed only through trial by fire, or in our case, trial by sun, water, and sticky beverages. To simulate the harsh life of a festival table, we devised a gauntlet of abuse for our 4 finished white oak samples. First came the water test. We didn't just sprinkle them, we subjected them to a deluge from a high-pressure hose, mimicking a sudden and violent desert downpour. The goal was to see if any water could breach the finish and get into those deep white oak pores, which would be the first sign of failure. Next, we brought the heat. Using a bank of powerful heat lamps, we baked the samples for hours on end, simulating the relentless intensity of the midday sun in a place like Indio, California. This test is crucial for 2 reasons. First, it accelerates the destructive effects of UV radiation, showing us which finish offers the best sun protection. Second, it tests the finish's flexibility. As the wood heats up and expands, a brittle finish will crack under the strain, creating tiny fissures that become entry points for moisture and dirt. A good outdoor finish must be able to handle these temperature swings without breaking a sweat. No festival test would be complete without accounting for the human element, which often involves spilled drinks. We concocted a nasty brew of acidic lemonade and dark sugary cola and let puddles of it sit on each sample for 24 hours. This test is designed to check for chemical resistance. The acids can eat away at a weak finish, while the dark pigments in the soda can leave behind stubborn stains if they manage to penetrate the surface. After the time was up, we wiped them clean to see what damage, if any, had been done. This is the moment where a finish proves its worth in a real-world high-use environment. Finally, with the torture complete, it was time for close inspection. Using a magnifying glass and macro photography, we scrutinized every inch of each sample. We were looking for any sign of weakness, water spots, discoloration under the finish, swelling of the wood grain, or any checking or cracking in the protective film. We also judged them on their tactile feel. Did the surface remain smooth and slick, or did it feel gummy, rough, or degraded? The best finish wouldn't just survive, it would emerge from the ordeal looking and feeling almost as good as the day it was applied. After the dust, water, and soda settled, a clear hierarchy emerged among our contenders. The 3 polyurethanes performed admirably, but with noticeable differences. 2 of them showed very slight discoloration under the intense UV exposure, a subtle yellowing that hinted at a future of gradual degradation. They also showed microscopic water spotting when viewed under magnification, suggesting that their armor wasn't entirely impenetrable. The 3rd polyurethane, a premium exterior-grade product, fared much better. It resisted the UV rays almost perfectly and shed water like a duck's back. It was a strong performer, proving that not all polys are created equal. However, the old salt of the sea, the marine spar varnish, stood in a class of its own. Where the polyurethanes formed a hard shell on top of the wood, the spar varnish seemed to become one with it. It showed absolutely no signs of yellowing or cracking under the heat lamps, a testament to its superior UV blockers and inherent flexibility. The spilled soda and acidic lemonade wiped away without a trace, leaving no stain or etching on the surface. Most impressively, after the water torture test, the surface was pristine. The water had beaded up and rolled off, leaving the white oak beneath it perfectly dry and unstained. The final verdict is clear. For a piece of furniture like a Coachella-inspired white oak table, which must endure the absolute worst of sun, spills, and heavy use, the marine spar varnish is the undisputed champion. While the best of the polyurethanes put up a valiant fight and would be a fine choice for a covered patio, the spar varnish offers a higher level of protection, flexibility, and proven longevity. It has a slightly richer, deeper look that enhances the wood's natural beauty, and its performance in our tests was simply flawless. It's the finish you choose when failure is not an option. For the DIYer or the event planner, this means a simple cost-benefit analysis. The marine varnish may cost a few dollars more per can, but its superior protection means far less maintenance down the road. To keep these tables beautiful, the advice is simple. Clean them with a mild soap and water, and inspect the finish annually. If you see any dulling or wear, a light sanding and a fresh top coat of varnish every few years will keep them looking new for decades. It's a small price to pay to protect your investment and ensure your handsome table remains a place of strength and beauty for countless festivals to come.